Hello, good people. George with Virtual Staging back again. Do you remember the first part of the video, Virtual Staging 360? Yes. So, if you haven't watched it, or if you did watch it, go and watch it again, because today I'm showing you the second part, where I'm going to add furniture to the room and render the entire room, and more importantly, add more realistic lighting to the room. And now, let's crack on. So guys, I'm back in the 3ds Max, and this is the previous scene, basically the scene which I've showed you in the first video. It's exactly the same scene, just the two chairs are missing there because I'm going to replace them today with something really cool. And let me render out this thing for you quickly. And as you can see, nothing has been changed, everything is exactly as I left it. So today the plan is to furnish those two rooms and to make them more nicer. So first I assume this wall needs probably a console table or something like that, maybe an easel with a painting. Definitely we need something like here, chandelier or something like this. Maybe this will be a dining room with some sort of lighting above it and to illuminate this part of the room because it's quite dark there. And here we need something to cover up this because I'm not going to replace the flooring because it looks nice. And yeah, it's just more work if I have to replace the entire floor. Not that I cannot do it, I can do it, but just it doesn't make sense in this situation. And additionally, I suppose we're gonna need a sofa here, armchair on this side, on that side, perhaps a plant here or there, I'm not sure where, and that should be it basically. So what I did actually is I've opened another 3ds Max and I've imported all of the furniture from the 3D warehouse. By the way, I'm going to share those with you down in the comments, so you'll be able to download them and use them in your projects, or recreate this exactly the same 360 virtual staging and share this with us down in the comments so we can see it and explore it, and possibly if you want me, I can give you some guidance on how you can improve what you've done. So just in a second I will move to my second 3ds Max and I'll meet you there. And I'm back in the second 3ds Max. So guys, those are the models which I've downloaded directly from the 3D warehouse, and as I said, I'm going to share those with you. And I've already fixed and basically sorted out most of the materials, and I'm going to show them. So basically those are how they look, and as you can see, nothing really special. It's just, yeah, this is a leather. I'm going to share the setup with you. Just a second. Why this is popping up. Anyway, just give it a second. You know, sometimes 3ds Max requires yeah, it takes time to load. So my 3ds Max is fine. I had to restart the the entire material library. Anyway, let me create a new section here, and I'm going to pick up all of the materials and show them to you. Basically, this is the setup for the leather, and nothing really fancy. It's just a texture. Basically, this is the texture which comes directly from the 3D warehouse. It's very blurry, not really pleasant to look at from up close, but from far is fine. The only thing which I did made specifically as a bespoke thing for this material was the normal map, and for that thing I've used shader map. It's a standalone application. So basically, if you go and type shader map, you will see this normal map generator. This is the shader map website. Currently it's at version 4. There is a basic and pro versions. The pro version has like more features and things to it, but actually if you can download the basic version, it pretty much enough for the basic stuff. As you can see, you can convert lots of stuff, and you can go and download it. I'll leave this into the comment section. I'm not like, this is not a sponsored clip, so I'm just using this to create my normal maps. So let's go back, and this is how I created. Basically, you know, it's really simple to way to create a normal map with this thing, and let me show you how I made it. And here it is. I've loaded my I've opened the folder. Basically, this is the shader map, how it looks when you launch the shader map. What you have to do is just drag and drop and place your map here, and everything is being already converted. This is out of the box. Obviously you can tweak lots of stuff. I don't really have to do it for most of the projects, and then you can just press all and it saves all of the files as TGA, which is target format, in the same folder, and that's it. This is how I created the normal map, and it works fine. The rest is a very simple fabric material for this sofa. For the other parts, which you know, it's nothing really fancy, just AO material, and that's it. This texture comes with the model directly from the warehouse as well. So actually I did change that map because it was too blurry. But again, it's very simple. It's nothing really complicated. The only thing I could do is just to add this into the bump slot to create a little bit of bump. You know, it just it adds little realism to the entire material, and then I can increase the bump. As you can see, we start to see small bumps, which, you know, like yeah, it's more pleasant to look at. Nothing really fancy. The rest is again very simple materials, just glass, and most of those materials here which you see are straight out of the box. Nothing has been tweaked apart of this wrought iron piece, which it has as bespoke texture of dust and particles. That's it. This actually is super simple, and it's not really that obvious, but it makes sense. So the rest is again a chair, which it has the same material as the sofa, and additionally I've changed the texture of this armchair. The wood was very low resolution texture. Sometimes you do have to change the textures or to fix a little bit of the geometry of those models, and specifically in that armchair it needed fixing at the back because it was kind of broken. I'll show you just in a second when 3ds Max finishes the auto save. As you can see, the back was kind of, yeah, it's not pleasant to watch. So what I had to do is to weld the entire chair into one single piece, and then to play with the smoothing groups in order to fix some of the issues here. But part of that, nothing has been changed a lot. This comes straight out of the box. I've just changed this texture, which, as you can see, is really yeah, it's funny. It can be better, but for the purpose of today's video, it's fine. The same thing here, nothing has been changed. I've just applied the same texture. I fixed a couple of bits of the geometry because it was super crazy. And as you can see, what I did is, let me check if I still keep it. Yeah, I just made those seams here. What I did is I just created half of the entire console table, and I just mirrored the other half, and that was the entire thing. Nothing really complicated. We have a telly. It's just a, yeah, it's a simple frame with two materials, and we have curtains. The interesting here is the material. It's very simple. So this is the material. Basically, we have translucency at 0.65, and we have fall-off materials with two separate color correctors, and we have the same texture plugged in that color corrector to create this fall-off material here. and we have another fall off slightly darker to create the to play with the reflection color. And then we have a normal map again, created exactly the same way which I just shown you, and a bump map to create the illusion that there is a fabric material to this geometry, and that's it. Very simple material. For this bit is just metal, nothing really very fancy. There's no trickery here. As you can see, it's just a simple material with anisotropy, and that's it. And the next thing is this plant, which comes from the 3D warehouse as well, and I've fixed it. Basically I've just patched up and welded some of those seams. I've added glass material, and I've just increased the reflectivity of those leaves. Basically it's nothing really fancy, just a reflectivity. From far they look really convenient, from up close, well, you have to add a little bit of work to them in order to make them more realistic. And this table, yeah, nothing really fancy about it. It's just a black material with some map to create this diversity, and it's just yeah, the same material as from the sofa and this easel funny painting, and dining table, exactly the same material, the same wood, the same black, nothing really fancy. So the lamp is fine, and I left out this bit inside like gray, so I think it's fine. And that's it, the entire setup, all of the models. Briefly, everything took like around 35 minutes to set up all of the objects. So right now, as soon as I actually, this is the last bit. Basically it's a chandelier again. What I did is I just added a gold type looking material to it, nothing else. And this comes straight out of the box from the Corona material library. So the next step is to go back to the previous 3ds Max and start importing those furniture and arranging them to the positions where I think they should be. What I want to do first is to increase, actually I have to first remove those two spheres, and then we need to increase the lighting in this space, because obviously it's very dark and it's not what I want to see. For this to happen, I'm going to use spherical lights, and I will play tiny bit with the map of the actual backdrop. This is the current setup. Basically what I did, I added this Corona color correct to between the map and the tone mapper, and I've increased the brightness to 0.3, and then I am going to plug this into the backplate, and this is what we need to create a brighter space. The second thing is I'm going to add those sphere lights. So I've already created the sphere lights, and as you can see, they're not really special. It's just a spherical light at 20 intensity and 20 radius, and everything is switched off. But the important thing is that shadow catcher illuminator is switched on, and here is why. As soon as I tried to render, as you can see, everything immediately became very bright, and if I save a copy and I turn off the lights, as you can see, it affected immediately. Here it is. I'll show it, and this is before and after. As you can see, there is a significant difference, but the difference is not only because I've switched on and off. The difference comes from actually this checkbox. If I render again, and if I exclude this, as you can see, it works as almost as if I turned off the lights, but I did not turn them off. So basically they are turned on, but it's just the shadow catcher illuminator illuminates the backplate as well. This is really important part. So for example, this can be used in many ways, and I will show in some of the next videos where I'm going to strictly talk about entirely about lighting and illuminating spaces, and especially dark and gloomy areas. So the next thing, I've already set up the lights, and what I want to start doing now is to start adding those furniture from the other scene. For this purpose, I'm going to start with those paintings. If you remember, actually, did I show you the paintings? Or I didn't show you the paintings. There is a hidden set of paintings which I decided to add between the videos, and this is basically, it's nothing really it's not very super simple, just a skyline of I don't know, New York or Seattle or whatever is this thing there. So the next thing is I'm going to add probably this yeah, you know, actually, why this is dark? Let me check. Oh, okay, I know why. There is no texture there. As you can see, sometimes if I miss out something, it will look like dark. So let's fix this by creating a cut there, which is what happened? Why this is not okay. I'm going to add a seam, one here and one there, and then what I'll do is I'll just extrude this bit, as you can see. So when I try to render, now it's fine. Okay, it's fixed. So let me check the other side. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, oh, I see. This needs to be like that. Yeah, now it's fine. So let's crack on and move further with adding the rest of the furniture. For this purpose, I'm going to top view, and I will use my computer to import all of the furniture from the second 3ds map, 3ds Max, sorry. So I'm already done with the importing the stuff, so I will start by adding this rug. Did I show you the rug? Basically, it's just a very simple rug. Let me fix the material and let me add the material to the material. Basically, the rug texture is just a normal texture. Basically, I think I can't remember, but I think it comes directly from the 3D warehouse. I just added my loved AO with the max distance at 1, and I played with the sheen parameter. The amount is 1 and the roughness is at 0.5, and that's it, nothing else. Yeah, and boom. So I'm going to add this rug here. Somewhere there. Let's check. Yeah, okay, it's fine. And then I will quickly
add this over here. Again, I'm doing this briefly because I already know what I want to achieve with this scene, so I don't have to look through the camera view. But as soon as I populate most of the models, I'll take a look what I'm doing. So it's not going to be blindfold operation. Yeah, and maybe, yeah, let's say this goes here. And this goes over there. One of the most important, actually, this is the major benefit of building your 360 degrees scene correctly, is that now I have almost exactly the same layout and dimensions as in real life, purely because the workflow it's doing what it has to do. Basically, it's working and it's really accurate. Now, this is the side table here, and this is the other stuff basically with this. Let me check what if I have to. Yeah, I suppose I have to rotate it back. Yeah, one of the problems I'm going to have is you have to avoid credenzas or console tables with legs like this, because obviously this will not allow you to put it near the wall and it will create a gap. And in some instances, it might produce weird results in your shadows. And this is the lamp, which for it I have to go into the camera and look where the lamp is sitting. And yeah, it should be somewhere there. Yeah, something like this. And so basically this should go. Wow, it fits perfect. And this maybe.
This curtain, it should be something like this. Yeah. So let's go and check what do we have here. Yeah, so it's okay. It is, yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, it is all right. Yeah, I think we might have another sphere light here. So I'm going to do something like this, I suppose, and I will sorry, not sphere but spherical light. So this could be here, and it will do right if I push tiny bit this, and obviously it will, yeah, it creates this nice feeling of having light. So maybe this should be like this, or like that. And I suppose a painting or a picture will do nice there, so I have to add one. And I'm already done with adding the, yeah, I know it's just a stupid painting, but it's fine for the purpose of this. It's fine, it's looking alright. So let's check if we have something else that we have to fix here, and maybe no. So the next thing is, I assume I have to check, yeah, let me check how the lighting is falling. Yeah, one of the main stuff which you will need to fix in post-production is the background. For now, I know it looks kind of crappy, but trust me, as soon as I enter the post-production phase, this will be fixed and it will look as it should be looking. So the next step is I'm going to check what I see through the render, and yeah, it seems alright. And now I'm going to, I think this is fine. I know this tutorial is kind of quick and I do not go in depth, but please do let me know down in the comments if you want me to go in depth about specifically changing the materials and basically updating all of the models from the 3D warehouse. So like step by step, not like really skipping steps, but I did this for that video just to save time, because I do appreciate your time and I don't want to waste you know, really important time. So the next thing is I'm going to set up the rendering, the render elements. As you can see, I've already done this, and what I did, I just added a render element here, and I changed the display to material ID. I'm going to set up my noise limit and the denoising, and that should be it basically. And as soon as this is done and rendered, I'll see you in Affinity Photo. And hello again. So this is my Affinity Photo. I've opened everything and I've loaded my background image, as you can see here. And this is the background, and I've loaded the PNG and the JPEG on top. As you can notice, the JPEG, this time the JPEG is on top, purely because it has a different, it basically changes the backdrop, and I don't want this to be seen in my scene, but at the same time I want to fix some of those issues here. So what I'm going to do is I will select this and I will select my lasso tool, and I'm going to remove some of those bits here with my map. And as you can see, this is an issue in which I had to cover back in the 3D scene, because there's yeah, I suppose that the geometry is not overlapping the door there. That's why basically there's a gap, and this is why we see this as an issue right now. Virtually, basically, realistically speaking, I can go back and fix this, but because this is a tutorial, there's no point of me doing that, and I will leave it as it is with this back here. So there's not really a special trickery or something. As you can see, everything is done in 3D, and in the post work there's not much work that needs to be done. The only thing is, this is still persisting. I'm not sure why. I fixed it, so I can go back and fix it, but I'm not going back, and I don't have to spend that time. So basically what I'll do is I'll just apply on top of it maybe a slight sharp and like contrast and sharpness, but this is too much, maybe something like this, and job done. This should be it, and this is how it looks. I've already loaded everything, and so you can see on the right is the before, and on the left is the after. So as you can see, it is looking great. I'd say it's perfect. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, or if you want me to produce further videos on the 360. I do have planned more videos. By the way, as you can see, that we can see the reflection on the other side, but we see the lump here. So in one of the next videos I might show you how you can fix that one in the 3D without needed. Basically I can go back in the Affinity photo and replace that with a photo. Yeah, there is a way, you know how to do it. You can clone it, you can reinvert it, basically you can leave it there, but this can be fixed in 3D directly, so there's no need. My philosophy behind the virtual staging really is to spend as much as less time as possible in post work, and as I want everything to be done in 3D. See you in the next video, guys. Ciao.